The political attack ads keep on coming in this month's Republican primary between Congressman Tom Cole and his challenger, Paul Bondar.
We've already addressed previous claims regarding Paul Bondar's complicated residency, where he lives, and also Tom Cole's votes on recent spending bills and Ukraine.
But what about claims that Cole is bipartisan besties with Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff? Evan, you have the new truth test.
What does Congressman Tom Cole think of Congressman Adam Schiff?
Romantic music and pink hearts adorn this ad from congressional candidate Paul Bondar.
I admire Adam. He's a great member of the House.
Tying Oklahoma's longtime Republican Congressman Tom Cole to one of former President Trump's most vocal critics, California Democrat Adam Schiff.
Tom Cole loves Adam Schiff so much, he was among a handful of Republicans to vote against censuring Schiff for lying about Russian collusion and President Trump.
But what's the truth here? Tom Cole told me not much when I sat down with him recently in the KOCO studios.
I voted multiple times to censor Adam Schiff. The one occasion he mentions, the censure was unconstitutional because it included a $90-some-odd million fine. The author of that dropped that, and we voted for the measure to censure.
We checked that out, and sure enough, we found two instances where Cole voted to censure Schiff. This was his vote in October of 2019, where Republicans tried and failed to censure Schiff in a House of Representatives that was at that time controlled by Democrats. Every Republican, including Congressman Cole, voted to continue to censure. And the more recent censure vote happened last year in June of 2023. This time, Republicans controlled the House, and the vote to censure Schiff was successful, with Cole voting with his GOP colleagues.
I'm on the record. I voted to censor him the first time in 2019, again last year, so we got multiple votes on that.
I admire Adam. He's a great member of the House.
But if you're curious where this came from, well, we found that too. A 2013 interview on CNBC where Cole and Schiff were interviewed about some strong disagreements over spending and the fiscal cliff. Cole telling the cameras his party and Democrats were far, far apart.
It's just ludicrous, and with all due respect, we do work together well. I admire Adam. He's a great member of the House. But look, the $1 trillion in cuts he's talking about were from the last debt ceiling deals. The only way we got them, and you're not going to be able to count them twice.
There is some truth to the fact that Congressman Tom Cole and Adam Schiff had said some nice things about each other in the past. But this ad from Paul Bondar clearly wants to make voters think that Cole supported Schiff and did not vote to censure him. And that is false. With this KOCO Truth Test, I'm Evan Onstad.